Beauty bag because we're obsessed with the brows. We want our brows to look great because they frame the face. The Frame Your Face Micro Brow Pencil Duo is not only a great value, but a fabulous product. We're gonna show you how this works in just a second because it actually emulates the stroke, emulates real hairs in your brow. Today, you're getting 2 of them home, a $42 value for just $29 or 4 payments of $7.25 on a credit card. So pick them up here at beautyiq.com. We have it for you in 3 different shade choices, taupe, blonde, or dark brown. And you know what? Let's get started with our tutorial, shall we? Our tutorial tonight is all about New Year's Eve glam. And here to talk to us about it, we've got Danielle Lewis. Hello, good friend.
Hello, how are you guys?
And also here in the studio with us is Lindsay Ellingson,
Hey, guys.
co-founder of Wander Beauty. Welcome to our show.
Thank you. So happy to be here and so happy to be talking about brows. One of my obsessions. I just love brows so much. Our Frame Your Face Micro Brow Pencil, as you can see, on one side has a micro tip that's retractable, so you never have to sharpen it. On the other side is our spoolie, which you use to brush through your brows to make them look the most natural. So this is an incredible multitasker. That is what we are all about at Wander Beauty. We create multitasking beauty essentials enriched with amazing skincare ingredients from all over the globe. Everything is so luxurious and made for you to stay gorgeous on the go. So I'm gonna get right into my brow tips and tricks, and I'll tell you a little story along the way because I had some brow drama, and I heard you did too, Alberti, earlier.
Oh, yes.
So when I was in 8th grade, I actually was convinced to wax my brows off. It was the 90s, the trend was happening. I'm sure so many of you women can relate, and they never grew back. So you can see I have a hole right here, which I usually never go out in public without this brow pencil on. But for you guys, I just want to show you all of my tips and tricks because anybody, no matter what your brow concern, you can have the brows of your dreams with Frame Your Face. So let me just get right into it. This is how you frame your face. So step 1 is to brush up your brows with the spoolie. This is going to expose any sparse areas that you really need to focus on. And like I said, mine is up in here. I already started filling in a little bit so you can see, just need a little bit more help in there. So I'm going to line up the pencil, second step, with the side of my nose. This is where the inner edge of your brow should start. Mine starts a little bit short of that, so I'm just going to draw a few hair-like strokes. And that is what makes our brow pencil so unique, unlike any other brow pencil out there, is that this 1 millimeter micro tip is actually going to mimic the shape of hairs. It's so fine and so incredible because we don't want clown-like angular brows. We want really beautiful, bold brows, the brows that we had when we were 16 years old. And that's what you're gonna achieve with Frame Your Face.
Now, what I love about this too, Lindsay, is the fact that you don't even have to press too hard.
No, not at all. And you really want to be delicate in this area, especially if your follicles are hurting or dying off like mine. So you really want to be gentle. And we've enriched this formula with plant oils, vitamin E, and it's also waterproof. So it is gentle on your skin, but it's going to last. So step 2 in our brow journey is to line it up with your pupil. And this is where your arch should be. So sometimes people overpluck their arch. That's totally fine. You can bring those arches right back with just a few hair-like strokes. And I like to bring the shape of my brow down as well, down in here, because thicker brows are on trend. And that trend is not going anywhere, I promise you, because thick brows equals youth. And every woman wants to look more youthful. Okay, so last step is to line up the pencil with the corner of your eye, and this is where your tail should be. This is where it should end. So mine is pretty much there, but I want to thicken my brows, like I said, because that is instant youth. And the second we have beautifully polished, filled in brows, not only do you look younger, you look more symmetrical, and symmetry is beauty. So this is the nice polished brow. This one needs a little bit of help. So you can see in just seconds the results that I get with Frame Your Face. It's really incredible. And let me just show you guys the shades really fast before I go into my next brow. So I have blonde, which is for platinum, light blonde hair. I have taupe, which is the shade that I'm wearing. It's our most universal. This is for light blonde, dark blonde, also auburn. And then we have dark brown, which is great for brunettes, as well as salt and pepper. So those 3 great shades, but if you're not sure, go with taupe because that's our most universal.
So today, remember, you're getting 2 of them home because, you know, 1 is great, but 2 is even better. And each one of these at Wander Beauty's own website is $21. Today, you're getting both of them. You're not paying $42, you're getting them for $29. And our Easy Pay, 4 payments of just $7.25 on a credit card. Now, Lindsay is showing us exactly the same technique that she did on her other brow now here, where, you know, you start at that kind of inner corner and you go out and you create the arch.
Yep, it's a 4-step process. And this is actually a technique that I learned in Japan. This Japanese makeup artist showed me how for the first time to fill in my brows. He used a micro brush. So our pencil is actually mimicking that micro brush. That's where the inspiration came from. And he drew on each and every hair that I was missing. So that was where the inspiration came from, hence the name Wander. So I've been traveling the globe as a model for years. And ladies, brows are so important. I'm sure so many of you know, but everybody has some sort of brow concern, whether it's a hole or an accident, or maybe you just, your shade is really light and you just want to enhance the color. But Frame Your Face is going to solve any of those problems, no matter what your concern is.
And Lindsay, do you always start with your brow when you're doing your makeup?
Yes.
You always start with the brow?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just the anchor to your face, and then you can figure out where everything else is. And I swear, once I have my brows on, everything else just looks better. I'm like, okay, so what about that pimple? Like, everything just looks so much more beautiful and youthful and gorgeous.
Now, Danielle, which shade are you using in the brow?
So I'm using dark brown, and I have dark hair, and I also like to do a statement brow. So dark brown is typically the way that I go. As an artist, though, when I'm doing a client, I tend to pull for taupe depending on their hair color because it's such a universal shade. At Wander, we like to say, when in doubt, taupe it out. But most often, I use dark brown on myself.
I love how you ladies did your eyebrows. I have to say, I just filled in a little bit more. Lindsay heard my story a little bit earlier, Danielle. They were both sympathizing with me as I was telling them how I got my brows done and they're great. I love the way that they got done, but I wanted a little bit more of my tail, so I just added that there. But here's the thing, is that if you are using this, it's easy, it's effective, you can travel with it, and you're getting 2 of them here today at Beauty IQ. So all you have to do is choose, do you want the blonde, the taupe, or the dark brown? And you're getting a $42 value home for just $29. And your Easy Pay is just going to be $7.25. So pick it up here at beautyiq.com because that is always a great product, and it's one of Lindsay's favorite products in the collection. Okay, so we're gonna continue on in the show with this next 2-in-1. This is really cool, and this is going to give you a first look, perhaps,